Be taking this pump out today off of 92 F-150. The little retainer clip right here, this piece right there, if you don't have the tools to remove that, a simple dental pick set will work. Just run it in the side, flip it around. On the pump we're taking out, on the fuel rail, you got this check valve, which was a part of Ford's issue back in the day with dual tanks. One tank, the little anti-return valve would go bad, allow the other tank to fill it up while it was driving, and it was a huge issue because the gas would eventually just spill out. So what they would do would be to put one of these check valves on and then put the regular fuel rail on there. But if you don't have the tool to get this out, a simple dental pick set, just run it in there and start taking the little fingers out with. It holds it in. Might take a few tries, but you can hook it in like so, run it around, and it flips it off. Alright, you can kind of see what I'm doing here. You have to run it in at a straight as such. Get a hold of the little feeler finger pieces. You can see it right there, that little corner popping up. What you're wanting to do is just work them out. You can see it moving in and out. That's all it is. It's this little piece sitting in like that. You're trying to just flip it out to get it to release. What we're working is getting that little retainer ring removed. I've actually got a hold of it here with my dental pick, and you'll see it flip out in just a second here. Right there, that piece right there. That's what you're removing. That's what's holding the fuel line on. And these are only a couple bucks for a new set if you was to break it, but generally speaking, if you're pretty gentle on it, you can use a dental pick to just flip it out and call it a day. No need for the specialty scissor tool. A bit of a treat when we pulled this out. Didn't realize it, but this truck actually had a TSP back in the day for the check valve. This and this should be about the same length, but if you get one that looks kind of funky, it's this little check valve is all it is. And what it does is it keeps the opposite tank from filling through the return portion of the pump, because what happens is the anti-drainback valve fails on them, and that's why you'll have the opposite tank of what you'll fill up the front tank, and over the course of driving it'll send all that fuel to the back tank and come out to the filler neck and down the side of the vehicle. So here we are uncorking this fuel pump. I just kind of wanted to guide you through how to get them off and everything out. Delicately, just kind of fit it through. It's got about 1/8 of an inch wiggle room. Back and forth, back and forth. No need to get in a hurry. And then you'll have the strainer at the bottom. Most times it will fall apart, so if it does, don't worry. They're like $5 new. I've got a new one to go on. And then once you get past that, you got the float over here. And that's what the float looks like. Yeah, it looks real lovely. And these they prime themselves so they have fuel, so just dump all the fuel out and turn it upside down and let it sit there. And that's what your pump assembly looks like for the front. Now if you buy one, the parts houses label them as front, driver's side, midship, or center tank. For whatever reason, they have like 5 different names for it. But that's it, and basically all I'm going to do is put this in the other one so I can go get my truck back. The other pump died on me, and just so happened my dad's truck his rear tank worked, his front pump worked, but the tank had a leak. As you can see, it's a pretty crusty tank. And I'm just going to pop my strainer off, put on his pump, and limp it around for that way until I can just buy another pump and tank assembly. Now, I'm not exactly sure what this crud is on the float, but that'll be all cleaned up and stuff. I should make a video over this right here, how to replace the sending unit on these, but that's a different video for a different day. If you ever wonder why your float sticks and quits working on a F-150, the little brass float gets a hole in it. It fills up with gas and it sinks it, and that's why it always reads low no matter what you do. If they've still got them, I think they're about $8 or $9 for a new one at the parts house. Getting on to my previous video portions here, to redo the float system. I have a different float than everybody else because I made one of these fit off of, I think it was a minivan, just so I'd have something. Basically, the float system on these, the little barrel system like the Ford uses versus the foam that I got and I just cut and made it work. But to remove it from a Ford pump, you have to remove this wire. It's got its own little plug there. Comes the yellow wire down for your sending unit, and then you have two bolts that are 1/4 inch, this one and this one. And once you pull that out, that's literally it. All I have to do is swap these two out, and I'm ready to put my pump back in.